Stuart, good to see you. Of course, got your first win as Notts boss on Tuesday night. How nice is it to be able to really kick on now that having that monk on your back?
Yeah, look, it was good to repay the fans that travelled all that way. If I'm being totally honest, it's a long way to go on a Tuesday night, a wet Tuesday night as well, and they were unbelievable. From minute one, they sang their hearts out and got right behind the lads, and I think it helped us get over the line within the end. But yeah, look, it's good to get the 3 points. I think the level of performance has deserved more than what we've got from the games previously, but we were really clinical within this game.
We saw you switch from a back five to a back four. Obviously, Langstaff to the left, Jody Jones to the right. She mentioned before about little tweaks, but tactically, there's some quite big calls in there. So, how pleased are you with not just the fact that you won, but with how successful you were in doing that?
Yeah, look, we always look at opposition shapes, how we can hurt them, and then we look at their threats on how where we need to kind of keep them away from our box and how we need to defend the box. And we thought that going to 4-3-3 was the best way to kind of catch them on the break at times, especially in the first half, but how we could defend our box, because they're very good at what they do, the way that they put the balls into the box from all angles. So yeah, we knew that it would help us.
And do you reckon that the back four will be a permanent thing you use, that you'll kind of go to, or is that just one of a few options that you've got already now?
Yeah, look, it's one of the options. We like to play different shapes against different oppositions. We like to mix our shapes within a game as well, because a lot of the time it's the rotation that kills teams to make sure that we control the ball. And I thought in the second half of the game, the lads really got it and we controlled the game totally with the ball in the second half. So look, it was really pleasing to see, because we've not worked loads on it with the lads and they've took the information in really well. And to go and execute a performance like that, having not played that shape before, was brilliant, and it's a huge credit to the lads.
Seeing the first glimpse of Alassana Jatta at Meadow Lane, I guess he's met everybody now. How happy are you that he's here now, and might we get to see him at Wrexham?
Look, we're delighted that he's in the building. We won't see him at Wrexham. He'll be around the squad and travelling with us. He got in late last night. He's had another medical, which he's all good, and he's trained with the squad today. So we've just got to make sure that he's up to speed. We don't want to risk any potential injuries and stuff like that. So look, we're delighted to have him on board now. We just got to make sure that he's right and fit and raring to go.
As for Wrexham, I guess you could kind of watch last season's title battle from afar, but also a bit from within, having to sort of play Wrexham and not twice with Wilston. What was that battle like as a neutral during it all?
I think when you looked at the results, I think it was one of those when one dropped points and one picked up 3 points. It kept swinging in roundabouts really. So it was really interesting. I think there's a little less on the game in the sense last year the title race was so tight and all the way to the wire at the end, and this year obviously at the minute we're fighting to get into the playoffs and they're probably looking at it to try and fight to get automatic. So look, it's still a big rivalry between the two clubs. So look, we're looking forward to the game.
And I guess with a game like this, particularly off the back of a win as well, but also with who it is, everybody wants to really be involved. So what's the feeling been like around the camp last few days?
Yeah, the morale since we've turned up has been brilliant with the lads. They're a great set of lads. They turn up every day. They're hungry to learn and want to train and give everything. So it's been no different. Look, when you win a game of football, it does breed confidence. But I feel we've had good confidence within the group.
That's all for me. Best luck tomorrow, Stuart.
Take care. Thank you.
First, I just want to go through Tuesday night's game. In terms of the link-up that we were watching between Jody, McGoldrick and Langstaff, is that something that you're really pleased to see as a coach, training going well and then seeing the results on the pitch as well between the three of them, the link-up play?
No, definitely. I think if you look at it all season, if you look at the numbers that they've in their return, they've linked up well pretty much all season. They've always played, even if we've played 3-4-3 since we've come in, they kind of play in that top line. What it gave us a little bit of flexibility is for Maka to come in from the left, and it's very hard for him to be marked, and he's a goal scorer. He wants to score goals, so we knew that he'd get in the slot at the back post, and it's something that we looked at in an area that we thought we could hurt them.
And like that switch, you now went back to a back four. Is that something that you think is important that a manager can do, is tactically switch up something and base their system off who you're playing? Because a lot of managers kind of stick to the same system and they prefer some sort of consistency within that format.
No, we'll always be flexible. I think we've got a squad of players that are very adaptable and take information on in different ways and take it on very well. And I think they've proven that they took it on last week very well. And we went into the game, like you say, only having a few sessions on it. And they executed it very well. So we know that it's something that we can do now. We can flip the shapes, and it makes it very hard for teams to prepare against us.
I know you don't want to give too much away, but obviously, Jata, you mentioned won't be playing. But later down the line, what do you think he can bring tactically to the side?
Look, I think he's something totally different to what we have in the front line. He's big, he's powerful, he wants to run in behind. So yeah, we're really looking forward to working with him, because it's when you have something different within the squad, there's different types of games where you need different personnel, and it's someone that comes in now and breeds real competition for places, and that's what we've said all along. We want competition for places, healthy competition, and we feel it is.
And what's the unit chemistry like at the minute? Because we are seeing game by game, the performances are there, sometimes the results aren't. Do you think the longer these players play alongside each other, you'll start seeing more results with these good performances?
No, definitely. I think it's very small margins when you look at games. There's big moments within games that haven't gone our way so far, especially in the Mansfield game. We probably could have gone 2 or 3 up potentially within that game, and they scored an unbelievable goal on the break. So I think there's little margins at the minute that haven't gone our way, and if I look at the other night, they went our way. I think they had a few early crosses in the game that we defended our box excellent, and then we just had the real quality in the final third. And Mac has been getting in these areas since we've been at the club, and it's not quite been the right ball. He's just quite missed it, and the other night he's on the money, and he gets his 2 goals and he deserves it.
And lastly, what can we expect from this Wrexham game? A tough one?
Yeah, really tough. I think they've got the best home form in the division. I think it's a really tough place to go, but it's somewhere that we look to go and play the way that we play and express ourselves within the game. We know that it's going to be really tough. We know that it's going to be hostile, but I know that also that our away fans will travel in the numbers and make a loud noise as well. So we're really looking forward to it, and it's going to be a really good test for us.